Well, hey, welcome back. This is Kim. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Microsoft Word. Just the very, very basics, getting started, creating a document, adding a picture, formatting a couple things, just so you can dig in and start using the software. So, if you don't have a shortcut to it on your desktop, there's two ways you can go. You can click here and just scroll down till you get to Word, or you can type in Word here and it should come there. If you want to make this a shortcut on your start menu or your taskbar, you right mouse click. Let's go ahead and pin it to the taskbar. So now I have it down here. If I want to use it next time, I don't have to go look for it. It's right there. So you open it up, and this is what it looks like. It has my most recent documents here. It gives you some templates that you can use. These are kind of fun if you are looking for something a little bit more advanced and you don't really know how to set it up. You can pick a template. They're categorized up here. So those are business, some business reports, resumes, business cards. Click back, and under cards, this is kind of cute. You can print. This is like 2 on a page. So you'd cut them in half and fold it. Here's a little thank you card. This would be 1 on a page. Here's, anyways, some options. So you could scroll down. There's lots to choose from. It's a cute little get well soon card. So when you open them up, then you can edit it. You can edit the text. So you just click and type, or you could just type on the clear part, the blank part, your message to the person. Here's flyers. So like I said, you can pick one, edit it. You can change the colors, you can move stuff around, delete it. I'm not going to show you that today because we're just going to do basic stuff. I just want to show you what was in here. Here's some letters, resumes. Under education, there's a few cute things in here. So there's minutes, there's some little name badges. There's a report title, some little tickets to give to the kids. And then here's resumes and cover letters, which is exactly what it is. A lot of different options. And then holiday. There's a lot of cute ones in here. So little flyers, invitations. They're categorized, sorted by holiday. So yeah, there's a lot in here. So you don't have to try to figure out how to make these things. You can just click one and edit it, which is helpful. But today we're just going to work with a blank document. So you double click here, and this is a blank, fresh document. If you've never been in Word before, or any of the Microsoft Office products, I'll kind of show you around real quick. They're all laid out the same, whether you use Excel, PowerPoint, Word. They all have this ribbon up here on top. That's what this is called. And there's different tabs. So within each tab, there's different options. So the Home tab is where most of the most popular items are that most people use. So you've got your text, your font information here. When you look at one of these, this is called a group, this is the font group. If it has this little button thing, if you click on it, that means there's more options. So if what you want is not in here, click that little thing and it opens it up to more. And there's even more things like text effects are in here. You could fill, outline, like shadows if you want the drop shadow and stuff like that. Okay, so that's kind of what this is. So you'll have the paragraph, and then here there's settings. So each tab has its own ribbon with its own things that it has. So this is insert pictures, page break, charts, all sorts of stuff. This is where you can add the page number. There's a design tab, which basically gives you formatting for your document, which is nice. You can add a watermark. layout is where you're going to do your margins, whether you want it portrait or landscape, special indents, references, reference to endnotes, and table of figures. Here's mailings. This is where you can do mail merge, which I'll show in a different video. That's pretty fun. Review is awesome. It has spelling and grammar, thesaurus. You can do a word count. So if you just highlight your document and click on word count, tell you how many words are in there. That's important for students sometimes when they have to type something with a certain amount of words. And view allows you to different looks to how you're viewing your document. It doesn't change the document at all. It's just how you're seeing it. This is where you can zoom in and out. Anyways, let's go back to home. Let's just get started. Okay, so this is zoomed. Let's go here real fast. So this is at 100%. So it's going to kind of look not actual size, but it'll close to it as you can get. You can zoom to fit the page width, the text width, or the whole page. You can. So I like it this way. Then I see my whole width of my page. It fills the screen. Everyone has their own preferences, and you pick what you like, but it's under View and then Zoom. So let's go back to Home. Another thing I recommend is to save the file before you even start. Give it a file name and save it, and that way as you go, you just keep clicking the save up here, and it just, that way you don't forget to save it. So to save, you go to File and do Save As. So the first time you save it, you do Save As. This is how you're going to name it. Just go to Documents, and let's just call this Word Tutorial 1. And then click Save. Okay, so now it's saved. So now every time I want to save it, I just have to click this little Save button. And you should save often, because you just never know what's going to happen. You could walk away, forget all about it, your computer could crash, so many things. Okay, so now we're just going to start typing. I don't even know what we're going to type. Let's just, our headline will be, this is our Word document. Okay, and then blah 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 whatever. Let's just make some. I'm just typing a bunch of stuff and entering. Okay, that doesn't look very pretty. So let's change it. So these are the styles, which is kind of fun. So this would be our headline. You could kind of. So this little button down here shows you there's. Oops. Where you can create a style if you wanted. So like if you wanted a specific style, you could choose that. But let's just pick one of these. So that's that. It changes it to blue. That would change it to blue. So whatever you click on, that's what it would highlight and change. So let's say I like this underlined one. You could do that. Ooh, that was exciting. So all these styles are a little bit different. You can play with them. You don't have to use them. If you hover over, look, it shows you what it's going to look like. Okay. Anyways, I kind of like this one. Let's just stick with that. So now you can also change the font. Here, you can pick whatever font you want. I don't know, let's say that one. Let's say one a little bit bigger. 12. So you could scroll down. Now notice, you can't click down here because you haven't been there yet. So that's the only drawback with Word. It won't let you freely move around. You have to kind of hit the enter. Now you can click different places. But anywhere that you've typed, you're allowed to click and make some edits. Oh, I typed this wrong. Like, oh, I don't like this word. You just hit the backspace, get rid of it, whatever. Let's put some more text in here. Okay. So now, I have this picture that I want to add. You go to Insert, Pictures. It takes you right to your Pictures folder. If you have pictures somewhere else, you have to navigate to that. But we're just going to pick one of these. Let's pick this house. That's cute. Okay. So it brings it in the size that you saved it. So if it's a giant file, it's going to be giant in here. If it's a tiny little file, it's going to be tiny. But you can change it. So if you click on it, you'll notice you have these little nodes that you can... Now, I want to show you something real fast. If you click this one, it's just going to make it skinnier. If at any time you don't like what you did, here's the undo. If you click on a corner, it keeps it proportioned and just makes it smaller. So let's say we like it like that. But now you realize all this white space all around. It's not really what you want it to look like. That's what this little thing is. So this is for your text wrapping. Right now it's in line with text, so it'll just put it at the end of a line, beginning of a line, wherever you drag it. But there's some options, so I'm going to show you what they are. So this is square. It kind of puts the text all around it. This is the same thing, but it's tight, so there's closer margins. This is through. And then top and bottom, so that puts the text on top and bottom, obviously. Behind the text, that's obviously behind the text, and in front of the text. I kind of like to use square myself, and then you can drag the picture around, put it where you want it. Let's say I want it right here. And it adjusts the text. Oops. There we go. Okay, let's just put it there. You know what, I'd like it a little bit bigger, so we just make it a little bit bigger. There's more you can do, though. It's kind of fun. So, when you have a picture clicked on any kind of image, it takes you to the Picture Tools Format tab with all these things we can do, which is really fun. So, you can change the color, and as you hover over it, you'll see it'll change it. So you like these little... Oh, let's just pick this one. I don't know what I did. Okay, you can compress it, you can change it, you can reset it. Here's artistic effects. So that's kind of, you can kind of make it look like it's on canvas. You can put a border. So you hover over these and it changes it. So you pick the one that you like. Oh, that's cute. Looks like it's in a frame. Kind of like that one. Okay. Now you can change the border, picture effects, the layout, so many things. Position. So here's our text wrap again. It's just like what we had before, but it's up here now. So this is forward and backward. So if for whatever reason you have something in front and it's blocking off some of it, you can change if it's in the front or the back. Here's where you can crop. Crop is pretty important to learn how to do. So you just click on this. These little bars will come up. So it allows you to change what's shown in the picture. So if we did that and click crop again, so it kept our style, the frame style, and everything else. All it did was zoom in a little bit on the picture and took out some of the extra stuff. So that was crop. So remember, to get back to that format tab, you have to click on the picture. So there we go. That's cute. Let's see, what else can we do? Let's go to the Insert tab. There's some other things we can insert. You can do page numbers, all sorts of things, but what I want to do is a text box. I want to show you that. So click on text box. You can pick what it looks like. There's all sorts of choices, but let's just do a simple one. And this is a text box. It will adapt to whatever text you put in there. Bigger as I type. Okay. So a text box, the beauty of a text box is it doesn't follow the normal text rules. You can drag it around and you don't have to do any settings. You just, let's see, we want to put it in front of the picture. So this is where you can edit it by dragging it. You can make this whatever you want it to look like. So you notice it doesn't have the text wrapping because it's really just a box. You can text wrap the box itself though. So let's say you wanted this to be, so now it's in the back behind everything. You can still move it around, but now it's going to be behind this text. So this text wrapping is for the whole box, not for the text inside. Well, it's all of it. Oh, you can actually, so if you go to the Format tab here, this will let you format our text box. So you can change it to a different style. You can fill it with color. You can pick a shadow. So I've added this little shadow. You could change the style of the text. This is kind of interesting. It makes a text. If you wanted sideways text, you could rotate it there. We'll undo that. That's very hard to read. So anyways, it has a lot of things here. You can edit the shape of the box. This is kind of fun. So if you want it to be a trapezoid, and now we can just drag it around, put it wherever we want. But I have it behind the text, so it's gonna, let's change that. Let's make it, let's do this one. So then the text will move as we move this. Then if we want to save, we just click up here, save. I wanted to also talk a little bit about the spacing of the lines. Now that we've done the fun little art part. So it's, Word is default at this kind of 1.5 line. So you highlight all your text, go up to the Paragraph tab, click on this to open it, and you can change the spacing. So it's at 108. So we want to do it like single line. So now it's just closer together the lines. I'm not sure why they think that people want it. Oops. I don't want to include this. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. So we're up here in Paragraph. So if you wanted double line spacing, it puts double spaces in between each line. Okay, so let's see what else we can do. Oh, I wanted to show you this. This is the quick access toolbar. You can add things to it. So right now all we have is save, undo, and redo. But if you click on this little thing, you can add a print. So then you don't have to go to File and then Print. You can just print up there. So otherwise you have to go File, Print, gives you a preview. You pick your printer. You can make a PDF, whatever you want to do. You can export. This creates a PDF, which is very nice. There's all sorts of things to do in here. I don't want to make this too long, too involved. I think we've done enough, but let's go ahead and close this. I want to show you something. One more thing and then we'll be done. So we've saved it. Let's save it again, just make sure. Close it. So now we open Word again, and now it's here. So let's say you always wanted this. So what happens is this list will grow as you create more documents. See, this was this week, it'll be last week, blah, blah, blah. You'll end up with, you could essentially have 50 different documents that you've done, and it just keeps the newest ones. But if there's one you use all the time and you want to be able to get to it quickly, you could just pin it right there, and now that will always stay here. So it says pinned. That will always be at the top, which is useful. So, yeah, I think that's enough for today. Hopefully that's not confusing. I hope this helped you learn a few new things about Word, and hope that you feel comfortable now jumping in and playing. Please like this video and subscribe. I appreciate that, and I'll see you next time.